Daniel Cormier versus Derrick Lewis turned out exactly like I thought it would. But there were some interesting moments along the way. Let me break it down for you. Hey, what's up everybody? My name is Jesse and I'm the founder and grandmaster of MMA, Mexican martial arts. I want to start off by saying thank you to everybody who joined us for the Mexican Fight Companion during UFC 230. It was our very first stream back since our streaming privileges were taken away for 3 months. Because apparently, there's a bunch of judo practitioners at the YouTube headquarters. Hey YouTube, mate. Anyway, all of you made it a lot of fun and I was very happy that we could come through and give you some gift cards courtesy of Hayabusa. Which reminds me, this video is sponsored by Hayabusa. And not only are we gonna be giving away a $70 gift card today, but I'm also very happy to let you know that we now have a promo code as well. Anytime you feel like purchasing some MMA gear with Hayabusa, just use the promo code VOTO and automatically get 10% off. In addition to that, when you use the promo code VOTO, it supports the Mexican martial arts as well. When you support Hayabusa, you support MMA. It's like a circle. And don't forget to stick around to the end of the video when I'll let you know how you can win the gift card. Also, I would appreciate it very much if you would subscribe to this channel. I'm trying to reach 100,000 subscribers before the end of the year, and that fool Michael Jai White is starting to catch up with me. Come through. Number 6 on the list of the top 6 Daniel Cormier versus Derrick Lewis moments, the entrances. It's not like I needed any convincing, but when I saw the way these fools made their way to the cage, I knew what was about to happen. Derrick Lewis did not look like he was walking to the fight of his life. That fool looked like he was walking the Green Mile.
Dead man! Dead man walking!
Even look at his coaches. They look all depressed because they know they're about to live forever like that fool Tom Hanks.
I'm 108 years old, Elaine.
And then you got DC, and he's got that adrenaline flowing. And his coaches are vibing the same way. Scope out the homie Rosendo hyping him up. Woo! Woo! DC couldn't wait to get inside the cage because he knew what it had in store. And so did Derrick Lewis, which is why he was frozen in fear, not warming up or anything. I believe it was at that moment he knew that he had messed up. But people have been known to do some crazy things for Popeye's chicken. And with all of this confidence and all of the accolades and everything, it's gotta be hard not to get a big head. So personally, I didn't hold it against him when DC's head got a little too big to take his shirt off. It happens to the best of us. But I think it's important to point out that his head didn't get so big that he let it get to his head. Which brings me to my next point. Number 5, good sportsmanship. The very moment they came to the center of the cage for the rules, they shook hands without even being told to. It was a very beautiful thing. And mira, I know there's a lot of people that are gonna be hating because they think that I'm hating on Derrick Lewis. But this is not true. Honestly, I'm a fan of Daniel Cormier and Derrick Lewis. They're both very likable gentlemen. But when I make these videos, I have to give you the facts. And I have to be willing to tell you what the mainstream media is not willing to tell you. And the truth is, Derrick Lewis was just not ready for DC. Anyway, they had already taken the initiative to shake hands on their own. And then when Herb Dean asked them to touch gloves, they did that too. No bad blood. But unfortunately, once Herb Dean says let's fight, all of that changes.
Ready, let's fight!
Number 4, complete domination. DC already knew that the biggest thing he was up against were those hands. But he was also aware that Derrick Lewis is a specialist.
Derrick is a specialist.
And that if he could avoid those haymakers, then it will be easy work. And that's exactly what he did. Ooh.
Ooh, that's where it gets scary.
DC made Derrick Lewis look like Stipe Muchacho made Francis Ngannou look clumsy and ineffective. But DC knew that even more than avoiding those hands, he needed to avoid those finger pokes. Not from Derrick Lewis, but from himself. There was so much controversy surrounding the last fight because of the finger pokes that it partly inspired the conception of Mexican Muay Thai. If you do not know what Mexican Muay Thai is, then upon completion of this video, be sure to scope it out in the description below. So DC was determined to be on his best behavior and make sure that he didn't poke that fool in the eye. And he didn't. He was just poking his nose instead. Bottom line, DC got out of this one clean. His hand might not have been fully recovered, but he was putting that forearm to work. Putting pressure on Derrick's throat, landing strikes, putting his head into the mat. Daniel Cormier even racked up 4 little takedowns and forced Lewis to take advantage of the new rules at one point so that he could buy himself some time.
He's down. Now he's not. He's not down. Now he's down.
But wait a minute, isn't this the new rules?
Shameful. Honestly, I didn't really understand what was going on, but I'm not even tripping because even the commentators were confused.
Yeah.
This is why it's confusing. Me and you are even.
Confusing.
But it didn't matter anyway because Derrick Lewis simply didn't know what to do on the ground. Every time he found himself there, he would give up his back. And DC finally took advantage, much to the disappointment of the organization. Number 3, the UFC didn't like it. I have been telling people that the UFC was hoping that Derrick Lewis would win and that DC will put him over WWE style. It's kind of like tradition in the WWE when you have the older seasoned fighter as the champion and then he'll let the younger, more exciting fool win the bout so that he could like carry the torch, you know? So Dana White figured that since DC's already gonna retire anyway, he might as well give the bout to Derrick Lewis because he has all the Instagram followers and posts all the funny videos and everything. It makes sense. But DC was like, chale. It was obvious from the very beginning that DC was not gonna take the dive. And Bruce Buffer was so upset about it that he refused to even watch. Big old baby. And then he was all yelling at DC so that he could just hurry up and announce it already because he wanted to get it over with.
Are you good, bro?
And look at Dana. Doesn't he look excited? DC is constantly making history and they refuse to show him any love. So he finds love himself. Which reminds me. Number 2, DC kisses Joe Rogan. The last time a man tried to kiss another man in the cage, it was not received as kindly. And the time before that, it left a lot of people confused. But Joe Rogan was a good sport about it. Some people thought maybe too much of a good sport.
When you look into it,
Personally, I understand that they were just showing love and everything, you know? I just wish that Joe Rogan hadn't made that face. I'm never gonna be able to forget that. Matter of fact, I'm never gonna forget about this fight either. This fight that almost didn't happen. Number 1, DC was injured. We learned after the fight that DC was actually injured just earlier that day.
I hurt myself this morning bad.
Apparently, he sneezed a little bit too hard and almost had to go to the hospital.
What happened? My back. It just went out and pain came in.
So a few hours before the champ would defend his title live on pay-per-view against a knockout artist for millions of dollars, he had to take a little nap to recover from his sneeze. Fortunately, that was all it would take for the daddest man on the planet to make both the fight and history. I want to say thank you again to Hayabusa for sponsoring this video. And now, I want to give you the opportunity to to win a $70 gift card. All you have to do is go to hayabusafight.com/voto and follow the instructions. Link in the description below. And please remember, in order to be eligible, you have to currently live in the United States or Canada. If you enter the contest and you do not live in the United States or Canada,
you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
And please don't forget to subscribe so that you can see every single one of my uploads. And when you do, make sure that you ring that bell. Thank you for supporting Mexican martial arts. Appreciate it. Good looking out. Late.